If Amex just cut your limit, here's what you did wrong, and here's how to get that spending power back ASAP. After funding over 500 businesses, I see this all the time. You're not alone. And Amex will never actually tell you their actual rules, but I will. I'm breaking down the 4 most common mistakes that cause these random limit cuts, and then showing you the best ways to replace that spending power in your business immediately with better funding products. First and foremost, if you didn't pay your Amex balance 100% in full, don't complain that your limit got cut. Amex will flag you as high risk, while they give you the option to make a partial payment. And yes, I know the minimum payment is much lower than your full bill. You will be penalized with interest and limit cuts if you do not pay in full every single month. Second, irregular spending patterns. Let's say you spend $1,000 your first month, $20,000 the next month, and then in the third month, you try and rack up $100,000 in charges. Amex will flag that. Your limit will get cut. You will not be viewed as an ideal client for Amex. They want you to spend consistently and pay in full consistently. Third, your personal credit score changes drastically. If your personal credit score drops, whether you get a bunch of new loans, a bunch of inquiries, a bunch of utilization, maybe a negative or two or a late pay, yes, Amex looks at that every single day, probably more than you, and will cut your limit accordingly. Be careful. And fourth, algorithmic. Maybe one day Amex algorithm just sees something that they don't like and they cut your limit. End of the day, you don't want to rely on an algorithm for funding your business. No matter the reason, you're not getting that spending power back anytime soon, because once Amex cuts your limit, it will take months or even years of good behavior to get that spending power back. And don't make it worse by using personal cards in your business or taking high interest loans that can get you caught in a vicious debt spiral and nuke your credit score. Here's what you're going to do instead. Strategic business owners don't rely on Amex. They use a 4-part capital system that gives them more spending power, lower rates, and zero risk of random algorithmic cuts for short, medium, and long-term capital needs. Let me show you the elite system. First, 0% interest business credit cards. We're not talking about regular net 30s or charge cards. These are 12-month, 0% interest revolving business credit cards that don't have any fees. You still get points. You can stack multiple cards from multiple banks through business relationship managers following our sequence so you get the highest limits. You'll need a strong low-risk credit profile to get these, but if you have that, you can get 100 to 500,000 at 0% every single year on repeat. This will keep your credit score strong no matter how much you spend on them, because they don't appear on personal credit, and it's a 1% monthly debt service, and that payment goes entirely towards principal. The big trap is using 0% personal cards. Do not confuse these with business cards. These do appear on personal credit, and you don't ever want to use a personal card in your business. Second, business lines of credit. Business lines of credit are immediate cash access. You only pay on what you borrow, and you can expect approvals of about 10% of your gross revenue. So if your business is doing about $2 million a year, you can expect approximately a $200,000 line of credit if you have an optimized profile. When we get lines of credit for our clients, they're typically in the low single-digit rates because we go through large institutional banks as well as regional banks, and we fit you with the ideal banking partner for your industry. Third, term loans. If you're looking at a longer time horizon for your investment opportunity, say 1 year plus, you need to look at term loans. You can term loan stack to get anywhere from $100,000 to over $500,000 very quickly and under 10% with the proper profile. You usually get the cash in your account within a week. So if you have a strong profile, term loans are usually much faster and in a lot of cases even cheaper than something like SBA for doing a business acquisition or other type of large investment. Fourth, corporate credit. These typically will go up to net 60 or net 90, sometimes without fees. They aren't going to be personally guaranteed, so this is one of the major benefits of them. These will get you away from Amex, right? These will give you better cash flow. We do corporate card sequencing and stacking to give you optimized cash flow without personal guarantee. So you don't have to worry. You can get a little bit more on the extended terms here, but really you want to combine all of these. At this point, you're probably wondering, what banks do I go to? What products do I qualify for? What limits and rates will I get? Honestly, it really depends. That's why I made this custom calculator based on the results of working with over 500 business owners and getting hundreds of thousands of dollars in 0% in low interest capital for each of those businesses. This way, you can get an accurate estimate to see what you would qualify for. And if you're interested in getting qualified or funded, you'll actually have the ability to book a call directly with myself or my team, and we can give you the actual funding strategy strategy and set you up to proceed with getting that Amex limit replaced and actually a lot more cheap capital. This could be the best thing that's ever happened to you because you've stumbled upon this video and now you know about a much more powerful funding system that the elite use in their business. And now the only thing stopping you is, are you going to do it? See you soon.